Hi everyone, it's Philippa at Flipcat Craft. Welcome back to my channel. This is my first video in my new house with my new craft room. And well, it's not entirely a craft room. It's one half of it is my work from home office and one half of it is my craft room. If you think of it as a box, it's the diagonal. So I am really excited to bring you this video, and I filmed a bunch of videos before I moved, so I've been releasing them as I go, so hopefully there hasn't been too much of a break in content, but this is my first one, and this is a flip through of something that I've made over the last few weeks. I haven't done a lot of crafting. I've been trying to get my craft room together, which has required a lot of sorting through stuff and trying to put things in places, and also rethinking and rearranging how my craft room setup works. I think I'm getting there. It's at a functional level now. It's not at its final iteration, but you know, I've started to make things again, so I'm really excited. Now this is a little journal that I'm going to do a flip through, two versions of it, and it's based on a design from Natasha at Treasure Books. She put it up and I saw it the same day she put it up and I was like, oh my goodness, I want to make that. And it's using 6x6 papers. I've used 6.5 by 6.5 papers from Kaisercraft because I love their stuff. And I've made two of them. So I'll do the blank one first. I'm not going to give you the instructions. I will link to hers because it's like folding this way and folding that way and that kind of stuff. But it was actually pretty quick to make using her instructions because she's fantastic, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Now this one here is using the Cherry Tree Lane paper pad, which I've had for a couple of years. I got it for a class a few years ago, and the other one that I've done is using the Anthology paper pad. And the thing about the Kaisercraft is they're printed on one side and blank on the other, so I kind of don't mind sticking them down. Anyway, so this is, I'll move this one out of the way and we'll do this. So that's the cover. That's pretty. I'm going to decorate it, but at the moment that's just that. And you open it up and there's a pocket here. There's a small pocket here. Punch that. I guess you could always punch it on the other side. But that's kind of potential journaling space. That's potential journaling space as well. Like, I'll show you what I've done in the other one. This set of papers is a lot lighter coloured than the other one. As you'll see, I've had to do some workarounds to make the journaling space in the other one. I'd probably put like either some paper or a notepad here. It is quite light coloured, but not all over. Then over here, I love this one. It's got lined paper already, so that's ready to go. This is kind of light coloured, but it's also got a pocket. It's another light coloured page. You could easily journal on that or decorate it. It's a dark coloured one, so obviously you could stick something down. That flap there, it's coloured, but it's quite light. That one, it's quite busy. I'd probably put some paper or something over it. You wouldn't lose too much of the pattern. Maybe a flip pad. I love that pattern. I wouldn't want to cover it all up, but you know, you get the idea. This is a textured paper and it's also slightly coated, so you couldn't really write directly on that. So I have to think about what to do with that. Then this is flipped down. And it's also not stuck at either end. It's just kind of stuck there. So potentially you could put a tag or something in there. And I thought that as I made it. Oh yeah, think about that. And here is a diagonal pocket. This is another light coloured flip art. Now, I stuck that one down wrong. It was supposed to be facing the other way so that when you flipped it, it would like fold back this way. Well, you know, that's okay. And then you could either stick it down like I did in the previous one, or you can have that as your journaling space, whatever. I haven't really decided what to do. Once I realised I stuck it on the wrong way, I just left it. And then that's your back cover, and that's actually a pocket there. Not as wide as it looks because you've got glue down both sides internally, but you work out what to do. And I love that burgundy colour, and obviously you fold that around and then that's picked up in the front cover. Now, I'll move that aside, and this is the one that I've actually made up. You can see that it's quite chunky there. And obviously this is a different set of papers, similar style though, and similar, not exactly the same color palette, and I picked this one, and I'd already used quite a few of the papers from this, so I didn't have as many to choose from, but I used this sort of burgundy again, but floral print, and this one, and I only had one of those, I only had one of these. Would have been great to have had a second one of these, but I'd already used it. And it's the collage paper with the birds and the feathers and the botanicals, so I wanted to have as much of that visible as possible, and I've used some of the good thing about these paper packs is they come with cut aparts and tags and things, so I've used quite a few of them in papers like this. I thought I could use it, but then I decided it just didn't go with the overall thing I was making. So there's a cut, and there's another one, the black one, and it's got a pattern that I don't think goes with it either. Obviously there's quite a few papers left that I can still use, but you know, there was I think 48 in the pack, and I haven't used them all, so that's good stuff left for another project. I used like this Nouveau drops. I was inspired by Pam at the Paper Outpost. My drops are not as clean as hers. Obviously I need a lot more practice. Okay, so we open it up. I've got a pocket here. That's just a craft tag. This is just an offcut I've got from a completely different set. I think it's a Prima set. It was a 12 by 12 paper that I cut up for some journaling cards. I thought that goes nicely. This pocket is actually made from this set, and you'll see it used elsewhere. And these are some of the punch outs, cut aparts, and this is washi tape that I've used in projects before. So this is the way Natasha did it in her video. She made it a V. In my previous one I used a punch. Now this is a bookmark. When I first started making cards and things, I think it was Hero Arts used to sell lots of packs of bookmarks you could decorate yourself. So I've left this as a plain bookmark because I thought you could either use it as a journal card or decorate it as a bookmark yourself. And I've just put it in this pocket. So I made sure it was the right size, and it is. And I've left this here plain, like it's obviously quite highly patterned, but I've left it on this one so that you could stick a label or a bit of paper, scrap paper to journal on, or you just leave it as is. And on the other side, I've just put a bit of stamped book page there, and I rounded the corners just because I thought it was a bit of a contrast to the square corners everywhere else. Now, on this page here, so when we get to it, this is actually a pocket. This is from a different set, but I thought the colours were complementary. I rounded the corners, inked it up a bit and put it in. Now, one of the things Natasha said, and I thought it was a really cool idea, is that with all the pockets that she has, she made them all so that they are visible at different heights. Now, I could probably have cut this one down a little bit more, but you can see that they're all different heights so that they're not like hidden. And I liked that. So on this one, I then used an offcut from this bit to make this flippy notebook. This is kind of like a wood panel thing, but it's quite dark, so you couldn't have, it'd be, well, I guess you could with a white gel pen or something, but it's quite difficult to write directly on that. So I thought, all right, that's a good spot to put a flippy notebook. Over here is the other sheet of this paper, and as you can see, it actually divides down the middle, and that's why I was able to cut it in half quite easily. But in this one I folded it in half this way because I thought it was interesting, and you've effectively got 4 journaling spots here and here. Now this is I've made a separate video for this. At the time of filming I haven't put it up yet, but I will hopefully by the time I put this up. It's using up book pages video, and this idea came from Pam at the Paper Outpost. I think she calls it her layer cake, and it's using up book pages in increasing sizes to write in. So I thought this was a really good place to use it because it's obviously a dark green page. Oops. And it would be, again, difficult to write on, but by putting this, I've actually created, and I've got these little tabs here, I've created 6 journaling spots on this one page. And these are some of my printables from my Paris Nights set, which I do have a video about, but I just thought it goes nicely with the botanical nature theme. This is just, it's a nice spotty page, but again, hard to write on. I just put a torn bit of paper on. And this is one of the border strips from the cut parts at the back of the pad. This page I just left. I liked it, sort of vintage postcardy kind of effect, but it's light enough that you could write on it. This one here, oh, this is what I meant about folding out the other way. This had like fold marks and glue bits and whatever, so I've just used some offcuts to cover it up one, and then I've evened it out and I've edged it in ink. And then this is one of my printables, and I just put a little stamped word in there. That side I thought was light enough that you probably didn't need to do much to it. You could write on that. And I used one of my other bits of paper just to make two little shelf pockets. I think of them as shelves. And these are a lot of the cutter parts. So that's one of the cutter parts. That's something I've punched from one of the other bits of paper. That's from a different tag set by Kaisercraft, but you know, similar. That's a cutter part, another punch tag. These are cutter parts from the same set. So they're all very complementary, and you know, just things that you can stuff in so that whoever gets this would have things to use right away. Likewise, this was the third bit, so 1, 2, 3. And I wanted this one to go sideways. And if you see here, this has got, you know, nice stripes. This is from a completely different set, but I picked the World because it matches this one here. This is actually, I cut out the whole strip of cutter parts. They're actually like perforated. I thought you could just use them yourself. So there's best wishes, thank you, thinking of you, congratulations, happy birthday, etc. And I've just tucked that in there so that, you know, they can be used when needed. You know, just part of the set. And this is one of my journal cards that I made. I've showed these before. That goes there. Over here, I've got a fold down. You could write there. You could write there. This is actually glued down, and like I showed in the other one, the ends aren't glued, so you could put a tag or something in there. Or if you, when you make this, if you don't want to glue that there, you could actually have this as an extra fold down and then use the white part. This here I've just left because I do like the map, but you can't really write on it. But you could like put photos and collectibles in. You could put a bit of paper and write on it yourself. But I like it like that, so that's why I've left that. And this is all the different shades of green here. Now here, oh, I'll turn it over. This is the diagonal pocket. So here, I've got one of my triple pocket tags made from a book page. And this time I've used washi tape that's very botanical, including a large, wide botanical one. And that's from the washi tape shop. And this is another journal card made from the same set as that one, which is, I think, the Time Traveller by Prima. And they just tuck in there. And then over here is this one here, stuck down properly with the botanicals. This time I stuck down an envelope. Just got an offcut of one of my printables, which I've punched with a strip of paper. And then in here I've got stuffed a whole lot of, you know, little tags, cards, offcuts. It's one of my printables again. So it's just a little cluster of things. And then more in this pocket here. So that's one of my tags that I've decorated tags I made. Craft tag. And then we get to the back cover, and I've got a little flippy pad I made, tucked into a pocket, got some washi tape, just printed sentiment, and then the last of the journal cards. I'll put it in there. Anyway, that's it for this quick video. This is just something I've been doing. Hope you're all well. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you've made one of these. As you can see, I forgot to leave room for a ribbon. I had intended to put under the pocket and I didn't, so I'll have to think about a closure if I'm going to do one. But I will decorate up the other one at some point and do a flip through of that. In the meantime, I hope you're all well, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.